Hello there everybody and welcome back to Magna Carta 2. The last video was full of tons of events, and unfortunately through it all we have lost Melissa, and the United Forces have now invaded Cota Mare. They have found us and Claire has come looking for Zephie, so we need to help in the defense of Cota Mare. And I mentioned in the last video that while you're in the city, before you go back out into Navy Blue Marsh, it's a really good opportunity to stock up on anything that you might need for the upcoming fight. I feel as if I'm pretty well prepared, and I've just changed my party around, essentially. I'm just gonna give this party a whirl and see how it goes. And once you're ready, you can leave Cota Mare to Navy Blue Marsh.
As we speak, Mare wizards are creating an ice wall on the east and west sides of Navy Blue Marsh. However, we did not have time to prepare for this surprise attack. We were unable to make the ice wall coverage complete. I want you to protect the wizards who are working at each of the ice walls from any enemy attacks. If we can complete the ice walls to the east and west, we should be able to hold off the enemy's assault for a while. Paralyzing incense.
Not at all. This is our fight as well as yours.
Very well. I will leave it to you.
Everyone, let's get ready to go into battle!
Okay, so you'll be thrown right into the fray, and as you can see, it is a mess of activity. There are northern forces everywhere, and in my experience, I've found that this is kind of random in a sense. Your objective, of course, is going to be to try and protect the wizards so that they can fix up the ice wall, but as soon as you defeat all of the soldiers in an area, more pretty much pop out of nowhere. They pretty much come out of the ground, and you're forced to fight more of them. So I think that this is either timed, or it's set on how many soldiers you kill. I'm not 100% sure about that, but that's just kind of what I found in my experience. So if you are fighting soldiers and nothing's happening, don't worry. You're not doing anything wrong. All you really need to do is just keep killing soldiers until the next part comes up. You'll basically just be stopped and the screen will fade, and then there will be a cutscene. So that is essentially all that we're going to do. Now, these soldiers are level 57, and with all of our training that we've been doing, we're ahead of these guys. So, with that being said, you shouldn't have too much of a tough time taking care of the soldiers, I would imagine. There's just a lot of them, and, you know, they're more of a nuisance than anything else. But if you've gone with a party of strong attackers, or a party that you feel quite confident with, then this should be fairly easy. And every single wizard, with the exception of Crocell, should be able to generate con in the area. So Zephie and Celestine will both be able to be used in this area, as well as Rue, of course. And Judo and Argo are also always a very good choice, so you've got a lot of options here. I decided that despite my love for Rue, I would bench her for a little while. And I brought out Celestine because, you know, this is kind of like her home village. So I thought it would be neat to have her aid in the fight here. Looks like we're making some pretty good headway. We've taken care of most of the soldiers so far. We've just got a couple more to go. And then we'll go from there and see what happens. Hopefully they will be able to get the ice wall up in time. I'm gonna collect some money as I go here. And as you can see, like I was talking about, those two soldiers came out of nowhere. We had this whole area cleared, and then as soon as you turn around, they kind of materialize out of nowhere. This is also sort of a good thing, I find, because the northern forces tend to go after the Mare people, and in a lot of cases they'll have their back turned to you, and that will allow you to do more damage. So if you want to, you can kind of use the Mare as a bit of a distraction, because of course they don't have any sort of stats and they're unkillable, so you don't have to worry about really, honestly, totally defending the Mare. You know, it's not like if they get hit they'll die and you'll fail or anything like that. Anywho, I think I'll go back to the other side. I've pretty much got this side cleared up again. Just gonna sort of alternate here. And although this takes a while, and it seems like it's never going to end, it is a good way to get some experience. It's basically free experience because, like I said, these guys are quite easy to defeat, and there is just so many of them that you'll probably get a really good chunk of experience by the time that you're done with all of the battling. And every once in a while, the Mare will jump in and help out, but there's only a few of them. Most of the Mare out in the field here are the wizards who are trying to focus on the wall. And unfortunately, because Melissa's gone, we've kind of had to get rid of our helper. So now it's just our regular team doing what they do best.
You did that to Melissa?
Yes, I was kind enough to alter her. Traitors deserve a suitable punishment, don't you agree? Everything demands its price. You didn't honestly believe that the world could be saved with only the sacrifice of the Magna Carta, did you?
Save the world? This isn't about saving the world! This is about an ego protecting its toy!
What do you suppose will happen to Landsheim if Lestrada disappears? I can say that because no one really knows. Even assuming that humanity is pushed to the brink of extinction, as far as I'm concerned, no one is in the right but Lord Schwenzite.
You have to be kidding. I'm gonna see to it that you are the one who pays the price for using Melissa.
Alright, and this is a bit of a shining moment in my opinion, because every time they rerun into Claire, she runs away, and we never actually get to really see what she's fully capable of. Claire is unbeatable. Once you get her health down to about 25%, the battle will automatically end, so it is cut down a little bit prematurely, so if you are having difficulties with Claire, then that is something to look forward to. You don't have to actually fight the battle all the way through. Claire is a gun user, but she's fairly close range. I find that she kind of just goes after whoever is in front of her. So if you want to be more safe than sorry, I would recommend having one heavy melee character in the front, such as Judo or Argo, and then attack her afar with your ranged characters. And that'll keep them out of harm's way, because while she's not overly powerful in comparison to bosses that we fought in the past, she does pack quite a punch. And I find that with Claire, she'll stand here and she'll take the beating of a lifetime, but then she'll all of a sudden just lash out and do tons of damage, which I think is a little bit unexpected, because for the most part she just kind of stands there. So the longer that this battle goes on, the harder it'll be. Basically, I just recommend change.
You're nothing nothing but a tool we made. How dare you betray that great man?
You're the ones who use people. And then when they're used up, you throw them away!
Princess, if you have any conscience at all, come with me.
Zephie.
I refuse. Not one thing about all this has anything to do with Schwenzite trying to save the world.
You disappoint me. You are that determined to make an enemy of the entire world.
It is you people who are the world's enemy, and rightly so.
I see. So, that is your answer, then. But, even though you managed to defend this place this time, it is not over. We will now mobilize in earnest with the aim of eliminating you utterly. And on that note, take care. I will see you if there is a next time.
It's over.
Let's go back to Cota Mare.
Good idea.
Everyone, I see that you're safe! I was so very, very worried that I couldn't focus on my work!
What? So you've just been goofing off?
What? No, not at all! I was praying as hard as I could that you would all return safely!
Well done, all of you.
I am relieved that Cota Mare is safe.
We could not have done it without your assistance. Nevertheless, would you mind leaving the village now?
Chief, how could you ask that out of the blue?
If you remain here, they will attack us again. Of course, I do want to shelter you, Princess. But I have a duty as chieftain to protect this village. I cannot put our relationship with you ahead of the future of the Mare people. An even greater force might come next time. I cannot expose the Mare to any further danger.
My intent was to not impose on you any longer. I truly appreciate your kindness and hospitality in taking us in for the short time we were here.
We are grateful. Would you at least let us stay until Keitin finishes building his device? It really shouldn't take long. Please.
Yes, of course. It is the least we could do.
Thank you.
I see that you brought flowers. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Juto.
For what?
I think that it was all my fault. If we had only beaten the Northern forces back when they first attacked Highwind Island, maybe she...
No. Melissa joined the Northern forces because of her own beliefs. Though those beliefs ended up being betrayed. But she didn't despair and came to tell me the truth. Right up until the very end, she gave it her best. I'm sad that I won't get the chance to fight with her, and her death is incredibly frustrating. But I think she'll be watching over us as we send Lestrada straight to hell. As we take back the real world.
I'm going to fight. I refuse to let the painful and difficult truth she revealed to us about the world, or her death, be in vain. I won't ever waver again.
You're right. This is gonna be the final battle.
Let's make sure that we all come back safely together.
Our reunion was short-lived. I suddenly see Melissa only to have her tearfully torn from me. But I can't stand still. I have to move forward, to keep this tragedy from repeating. While we were preparing for our assault on Lestrada, many things were happening elsewhere in Landheim. If the princess who brings destruction down upon us dies, the world will be saved. The words coming from the mouths of the people were all calling for Zephie's death. And the two armies that had fought each other so often, the southern forces and northern forces, had joined together, creating the United Forces. We had, in all reality, become the enemies of the world.
Thank you for waiting so long! My masterpiece, the rapid translocation device, is finally complete!
Rapid translocation?
Yes, indeed! In the blink of an eye, this device will send you to Lestrada! Only I can operate this device, so I'll go with you to Ruhal Plateau!
This trip is gonna be dangerous. Are you sure?
Oh, don't worry about me! Appearances to the contrary, I could beat a hastier retreat than most.
That's not something to be proud of, pal.
The fighting will likely be even fiercer from this point on. The United Forces are desperate to capture us.
We'll have to force our way through them. We know where we're going. The only thing we can do is continue forward.
There's no going back for us now.
I wonder if this will be the final battle.
Everyone, let's face this next battle with caution.
All right, I'll go get ready to leave, so you guys get ready to go to Ruhal Plateau too!
Alright, excellent. Keitin has finished his device, and like he said, we are able to go to Ruhal Plateau, which is an area that we have heard so much about. We have a big list of quests that we need to do in the area, and once we get to Ruhal Plateau, that's pretty much it, guys. We have now pretty much completed the game up to the final area. We only really have Ruhal Plateau and Lestrada left, and then the game will be done, so that's pretty exciting news. Before we go to Ruhal Plateau, however, we have a couple of things to take care of in Cota Mare, so we are going to stick around the village a little bit longer and complete those things next time. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you then.